Good morning, it's Jen from The Art of Extraordinary. A tip or two today on getting over your nerves when you want to present. It's a frequently asked question and very, very common. People that have that fear of public speaking or just get overwhelmed and feel anxious when they're about to speak. So I thought we'd run through a few things today because I am actually delivering a team facilitation today. And here's how I get in state, get ready. There's a few things. So firstly for me, I always wear a color. So a little touch of red that is with me. That's my power color. That's something that I do. Could be red shoes, might be red earrings, but there's always a touch of red on Jen that puts me in state and helps me feel amazing. It's my own personal little trigger and reminder. So that's number one. Number two, I have a technique which is about getting the body ready. Now, some people do the whole superwoman thing where you actually can cheer and yell and get in state. It's a pretty famous technique about putting yourself in state, and that works really well. Pump up the music and really sort of hold that pose for a long period of time. That's quite a common popular one. I don't actually need to do that one anymore. So maybe start with that if that could help you. What I do now is I always visualize. I fast forward and visualize 15 minutes after the event, successful completion, and imagine how I'm looking, what people are saying, what I'm hearing. So it might be, let's say, after you've done your presentation or you've given your, let's say it's an update, a PowerPoint update, a meeting session, you've got to present a topic, okay, at a meeting to the team or to the business or to an industry, greater community. So you might hear the audience clapping afterwards. You might hear comments, feedback. Okay, you might see people walking up to you. You can see yourself in the room, you've presented, and it feels really successful. It's been completed, okay? That's the image that you want in your mind's eye. I take it a step further, a step away from the actual event too. For me, that follow-up and completion isn't about it post-event in the actual room. I always picture myself driving home, and I feel the feeling of sitting in the car, feeling really content, having delivered, having the faces, I can see the faces of happy people that have been a part of the facilitation. I imagine the conversation, what they've shared with me, their stories, how it's helped them. And that's the situation that I picture myself in after driving home from an event, that warm feeling that I get. So find a place in time after you've delivered your presentation that feels really good for you, that brings you a sense of successful completion and joy. And you've got to use all your senses. So what you're hearing after the event, what you're seeing, how you feel inside, what that feeling is for you, what's around you, your surroundings. Make it really visual. Dial up the color, make sure it feels really loud, and practice your skill of visualizing that successful event post-completion. Okay, so that's another step that I do. Then the other big piece for me is about remembering that it's actually not about me. One of my favorite mantras from the Art of Extraordinary cards is up here on the wall. Be humble when you shine and a champion for others. And that card for me is so much, because when we go to present, if we make it about ourselves, that's when the nerves comes. When you remember that it's really not about you, okay, it's about your audience. It may be about only one person sitting in that audience that needs to hear what you've got to say. That's really super helpful. Okay, focus on that one person. If it's your team, if it's the team that really need to hear the messages that you've got to say, think about them. Remember, it's not about you, okay? And the other thing that I really like about events and presenting and when I'm facilitating is to also remember, I'm going to come up and check out another card here. These happen to be hanging in our house, is that it's really about the people that you're talking to. Okay, nurture, support, build, maintain relationships. When you're really thinking about the people that you're speaking with, even the content that you want to deliver then will become clearer and more meaningful, and you'll deliver it with more heart and more passion when you remember that it's about people. It's about those relationships, about the people that are sitting in front of you. So remember relationships and being humble and getting yourself in the zone so that it feels really amazing, okay? You can picture the successful completion. Be prepared too. Hey, listen, if you're not preparing then and you're going in to wing it, then that's not some professionalism either. Please plan what you're wanting to say, prepare. I use a really awesome format called Format. It's a framework for presenting as well, so that really helps. So there are a few tips today to help you get in the zone and get over those little nerves when you're about to present. So better get my state on, keep moving, and get ready for today and the day ahead with a really awesome team. Excited to go back in. We've worked together before, and we're doing our next quarter's team facilitation. Have an awesome day. Huge love. Bye now.